So this is US dollar Japanese yen analysis for Monday 29th of January. Now, let's have a look what our price is and where they may likely go. So we've seen the continued sell-off against the dollar, especially against its counterparts. Here we are seeing the sell-off against the yen. We can see here how the rejections of a 200-period moving average. We've seen the strong sell-side momentum taking us beneath these 108.80. Taking us ultimately to, let's just have a quick look at this level. So we've got 108.50, is it? So we have 108.50 and our lows were in around the 108.30 level. In around the 108.30 level. So the very next level that we are looking at beyond the 108 is 108.13, just marked out here in red for a potential bounce. So what we have seen is a strong impulsive move. This very large candle, possibly indicative of a news related event. We've had prices trade above the 109.50. We weren't able to hold it. We immediately saw sell side momentum taking us back down towards the 109 level. We had a retest of the 109.50, and again we weren't able to hold it. So we saw that sell off back down. We're expecting possibly price there down to 108.13. We did not. Instead, we have seen a test of the 108.80 level. We've had a rejection. We do appear to be having another test. So potentially we have a low, a slightly higher low. If we do break the 108.80, ultimately we're looking for price there to 109.50. If on this occasion we do break 109.50, 110 should come into focus and 110.20. In around 110.20, we do have the 200-period moving average, which may act as a confluence, further increasing the likelihood of a potential sell-side momentum coming into the market in around the 110.20 level. So we may see some sell-side momentum coming off the 110.20 level, bringing us back down to 109.50. If, however, we don't have the bullish outcome, which will be somewhat counter-trend to how this market is trading. We don't have a bullish outcome of a potential low, higher low. If, however, we do get a rejection at 108 or possibly even at the 109 level, again, we'll be looking for see our price react around 108.13. If we do break beyond 108.13, the very next level that we are looking at is 107.32. So 108.13, a breakdown from which we're looking to see our price react around 107.32. Let's just have a look at the higher time frames. So we're wrapping up here on the US dollar against the Japanese yen. So if we head over to the monthly chart first, get the scale on here correct. Wow. This US dollar Japanese yen, it's somewhat difficult to interpret this, but I'll give it a go. So what we can see here is went up towards the 118.61. We've had a pullback here. The fact that we didn't retrace the entire move and we didn't have a retracement, and we've seen bullish buy side momentum come back into this market here. So we've had a pullback, a deeper pullback than we would like, but it does seem to be quite a bit of headwinds here on the US dollar Japanese yen. So in around a 114.30 level, we have seen quite a bit of we've seen quite a few rejections. Ultimately, so far this month, we are seeing quite a bit of follow through to the downside, as indicated by the size of this candle that is still developing here on the monthly time frame on the US dollar against Japanese yen. So we've found our limits to the upside in around at 114.30, and we are now seeing it does seem like the bulls have kind of given up buying this market up, and the bears do seem to be in control at the moment. So again, we'll see our prices reacting around the lows mentioned around 107.32, beyond which we would look to see our price react towards this 200-period moving average here on the monthly time frame, if we do successfully navigate the 107.32 to the downside. Now let's just have a look at the weekly time frame. Over to the weekly time frame again. We can see here we've had this pullback down. We've had the somewhat bit of a price contraction here on the weekly time frame. Well, it's not really a price contraction. We've found some support here in around this level. We've had a strong move upwards, had a pull back down beneath this 200 period average. We've had a move up limited to the 114.30, pull back 114.30 again, pull back 114.30 again, and as you can see, we've got pretty much a triple top in around at 114.30, and we are seeing that sell side momentum come back into this market. Now, we are seeing on this weekly time frame, we've had two very strong bearish candles, two very strong bearish week. We have a small week in terms of range in between the two very strong bearish weeks. We have a very small bearish week in between, but there does seem to be quite a lot of momentum here to the downside against the US dollar Japanese yen. Now let's just have a look at the daily time frame for wrapping up here, and over to daily. And if it gets scan out, if this, okay, I guess not. So there we are. So over 2 year left, you pretty much can see we've had a rejection of 114.30, rejection of the 114.30. We have seen that sell side momentum come back into this market. Now, we have had more recently a potential head and shoulders pattern here on the US dollar against Japanese yen, and we are seeing the bearishness play out on the US dollar against Japanese yen. Ultimately, we have not found supports, and again, we've mentioned levels that we are looking at, the major levels that we are looking at to the downside. But again, there isn't anything on this daily time frame that would suggest that we've found support so far. So we do look poised for downside continuation, while being aware that we might see a counter trend move, especially in light of this very strong move to the downside. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the US dollar Japanese yen analysis. Thanks for watching.